Well, you might expect some milder weather on the way coming in from the west, but not just yet, certainly for the next couple of days. While that chilly theme continues, the frost has struggled to lift in many places during today. But the change is out in the Atlantic. It's these weather systems you can see, those thicker areas of cloud that are going to come moving in from the west over the course of the weekend, gradually bringing in milder, wetter and windier conditions for all of us. But as I say, not just yet. For this afternoon, well, it's downright gloomy through the Midlands and across many eastern parts of England. Underneath this cloud sheet, we've got patches of freezing fog through the central lowlands of Scotland. Where you got the sunshine, it's not too bad, but everywhere really feeling quite chilly. And the frost returns quite quickly through this evening and overnight. Having said that, I think we will see quite a bit of cloud developing across most of England and Wales and Northern Ireland, so that limits the frost to some extent. But across northern Scotland, once again, the Highlands seeing the lowest temperatures. Inverness down to -8, Glasgow about -3, but elsewhere we're looking at temperatures just hovering around about that 0 mark. You can see where the hardest frost is to start the day tomorrow, though. Those icy blue colours across northernmost counties of England and Scotland. Further south, pretty grey skies, areas of freezing fog as well across many parts of England and Wales. Very grey skies, temperatures close to freezing, very uninviting really, all in all. Once we get further north, up to about the Lake District, we'll have clearer skies, but that hard frost, and again temperatures maybe down to -10 through some parts of the Highlands, so a pretty severe frost once again. Cloudy skies though, a bit of a breeze, low temperatures across Northern Ireland, not feeling terribly pleasant. I think the western side of Wales could be one spot that does keep lengthy clear spells overnight, and so perhaps a bright if rather frosty start to the day here. Still that easterly wind coming in across southern parts of England. That's what's been making it feel particularly raw over the last few days, and we're not done with it just yet. At least a little bit of brightness though coming through for Devon and Cornwall, and other southern coastal counties could just see a little bit of sunshine coming through, but generally across much of England it will be a grey old day. Best of sunshine for Scotland, maybe Northern Ireland too. Temperatures, though, really struggling in most places, once again in low single figures. But as I mentioned, there is a change on the way. As we go through the weekend, things are going to gradually start to turn milder. Although it will be a slow process for many of us, it'll take a while before that milder air comes in, accompanied by some rain. That's something else we haven't seen for quite. Hit that cold ground, we could well have problems with icy roads across particularly central and eastern parts of Scotland. Not just ice either, we're going to see some snow falling as well, especially across that eastern side. But black ice could certainly be an issue, I think, through the early part of the day tomorrow, possibly into northern parts of England too. Come further south, again, those grey skies through the Midlands, really chilly feel to things across East Anglia and the southeast of England. Maybe some early brightness here, but it probably won't last all that long. As we start heading further west, well, here we're getting that milder air feeding in ahead of that weather front. 10 degrees in Plymouth at 9 o'clock in the morning, a big improvement on what we've seen over recent days, and those southerly winds beginning to pick the temperatures up across Wales too. But here's some rain, haven't seen much of that over recent weeks. Across Northern Ireland, though, behind the rain comes the sunshine, so a thoroughly pleasant start to the day. In fact, it's going to be a decent day altogether across Northern Ireland, with those brighter skies eventually, along with the milder air, feeding into Scotland by the afternoon. Staying pretty cloudy, though, across the bulk of England and Wales, and still quite chilly in that southeast corner. The mild air won't reach here, 4 degrees at best in Norwich, but even though it's only 6 or 7 further north, it will feel quite different, particularly when the sun breaks through. On Sunday, I think we're all going to feel a slightly different feel to the weather as it becomes milder in most places. Bit of overnight frost, sunshine by day, but that rain lurking off the northwest coast of Scotland means things are going to turn quite unsettled as we go into the early part of next week. But the big message for this weekend is it's the end of the cold spell. It is going to start to feel milder, but it does mean, Louise, we're going to have a green Christmas.